So my question is, where's regulation currently at in terms of these things? I know it's meant to be entertaining, but it's also, quite frankly, terrifying. And so how is regulation currently monitoring whether or not I am accidentally making Ebola because my Chickenosaurus has some sort of pathogen that it ends up spreading to everyone?
Yeah, probably not the best way to deal with your dinosaur problem is putting out Ebola. Currently, it's completely unregulated. Making DNA is completely unregulated. But if you're a business in the space, probably not a good idea to kill all your customers. You don't get a whole lot of return business, right? So as a business that's interested in making money, you don't want to kill people because you don't want to become regulated and you don't want to lose customers, right? So the way it's structured now is that us, as well as several other existing gene synthesis companies, review incoming orders and decide to print those based off of whether we think it's okay. There's a consortium of companies that review different sequences. But in some cases, people are ordering really bad things, like the CDC is ordering like Ebola and really smallpox, a lot of terrible stuff. You just want to make sure you don't send it to the wrong place, right?
Yeah, and I didn't necessarily mean intention, I meant unforeseen consequences. So basically the regulation of whether or not what you are doing could accidentally create something even though you were really just trying to create a clone.
No, it's a very serious question, and right now it's very, very easy to regulate and look at what's bad. Because everything that people are making right now is stuff that's just a modification of something in nature. So we have a Google for DNA sequence, it's called BLAST. And so you just put in a sequence and you look up what's similar to it. It's very easy to see what anybody's making. But in the future, by the future I mean 6 months, people use a technology called Rosetta, fold it at home or the game folded. They're using computational tools to create DNA sequences that create proteins that fold in a particular shape that have a unique functionality that is not similar to a naturally occurring organism or a naturally occurring functionality. It gets even more crazy because George Church and several other people are making creatures that have additional amino acids. So all of you guys, everything on this planet has 20 amino acids. We're expanding that to hundreds of amino acids, some like titanium, silver, gold, ketones, weird functional groups, fluorophores, stuff that doesn't look anything like living, normal stuff that we see alive today. I mean, you can see plants that look like solar cells and animals with silver horns on them, right? So once this is kind of going, this is a long explanation, but eventually everything will have to be fully virtualized. So think about a Kinko's where you wear a hazmat suit. You design the DNA on a laptop, it's printed out in a factory. They don't send, we currently send the DNA out. Eventually we'll take the DNA, put it into a cell, take millions and billions of video files using microscopes and cameras to record the information of what's happening with the creature that you've made, grow your creature up, make sure it doesn't bite people, and if it looks okay, then we let it go into the wild. But that's a much different system today where we just ship it out naked and raw. But we feel okay with that now just because we know what it is. But very quickly we will have no idea what we're making, and in that case we're going to have to actually test the end product, the organism. Does that make sense?
I don't mind about all of it now.
So sounds like a lunchtime conversation. We have a question in the back here.